Guys, so this will be a voiceover. Today we're gonna make something a little different. We're gonna make some English muffin pizzas. Now I don't know what an English muffin is called wherever you are from. I can't imagine it would look anything different than this, so just look for something like this. They have very specific characteristics. It's not even like anything else. It's just kind of like a bread product, I guess. And there's a little tear circle crack thing going around it, so you can break them in half. They never have holes in them or anything, so they're just like, I don't know, exactly like I'm showing there, I suppose. So apparently I'm playing with the camera a lot, because I just love playing with the camera. Some oranges over there, in case you'd like to look at a basket of oranges. I don't know, maybe that rocks your socks off. I don't know. Oh, I'm moving the camera. What am I doing? I don't know. I made this like 3 weeks ago. Okay. I think we've decided to stay here. Nice. Good other angle, Matt. Good job. The audience and the later me are proud of you. Oh, look at that. Look how beautiful that is. Look at that. And then it just turns. You just turn it. That amazing skill of turning things. With that turnosity. So here we have a generic white plate with 4 English muffin slices on them, which is actually 2 English muffins after you brutally murder them in half. That is tomato sauce with basil. You don't need basil in your tomato sauce. I just like it, and then I'm shaking it. Some nice impromptu masturbation there. God, I have a dirty mind. Anyway, totally forgetting I said that. You just take tomato sauce. It's got to be tomato sauce, not tomato paste. It's got to be tomato sauce. You don't need a lot on it. I put a decent amount because I like a decent amount, but you only need enough to cover it just so the cheese isn't like just directly on the English muffin. You need some actual sauce there to make it a pizza. Excuse me, sorry about that. Apparently someone wants me somewhere because I hear beepy things out of my computer. Awesome. So you just add the tomato sauce to the English muffins. Just spread it around a little bit. It doesn't have to be pretty. It doesn't have to be magically flat. It'll all even out in the end. Then, as you can see, I've got shadows and stuff everywhere. Awesome. Okay, so you take your cheese and you just put it on English muffins, because if you put it somewhere else it probably wouldn't be very productive for making the English muffin pizza. I put a retarded amount of cheese on mine because I love cheddar cheese. I love it. I love me some glorified mold. But you really don't need a lot. You just need enough to cover it. Maybe you like 50-50 tomato sauce and cheese. I don't know. I like 150 and like 50% kind of thing. So I just put a ridiculous amount of cheese on there. Admittedly, when you put toppings on an English muffin pizza, it makes it harder for the actual cheese to melt before whatever's on top of it is actually cooked all the way through, if that came out right, essentially. I say essentially so much. Okay, we're good. Okay, we're good. So what you do is when I put the pepperoni slices on and everything and cook, there's so much cheese there. It's beautiful. You really don't need that much, but I love that much because I'm a cheese lover. So when you put pepperoni, or I don't know if you're actually a person who eats vegetables or something, you fucking weird person, you. And want to put that on your English muffin pizza. It essentially... Okay, if I say essentially again, you can unsubscribe after that one. Okay, don't. That'd be terrible. Don't do that. But you can resent me forever. How about that? Okay, you can resent me forever if I say that word again in this one commentary, because I'll definitely fuck up another time. I'm so sniffly. Fuck you, 24/7 allergies. So when you put pepperoni or some other topping on an English muffin pizza, what it will do is it means it'll take longer for the cheese to melt because the heat from the broiler isn't being applied directly to the English muffin's cheese. So it will cook less quickly, and you might have burnt pepperoni before you've got fully melted to perfection cheese. It's not a big deal, but it is just something to think about. So in that sense, you don't want to have too much stuff on your English muffin pizza besides just cheese. Or you at least want to spread it around and just have little bits of everything. Not have big clumps and be just going crazy. Oh, but Matt, can you just put cheese on the top of it? Well, you could, but then you'd have to cook the cheese on top of it, the pepperoni, and then you'd get to the cheese under it. Which for something like this on such a small scale just isn't worth it, so just try and keep the topping small. Now, why I did this, it's explained at the end too, but I'm trying to get as much cheese onto the actual English muffin pizza as possible and keep it off whatever I'm cooking it with, in this case, a glass bowl thing. Oh, you can see my hoodie, awesome, because it's cold. Oh, my socks, nice, awesome white socks. So you see how there's like almost, because if you just put the cheese and stuff on the actual pan of cooking, so that's 500 degrees Fahrenheit, for people wondering what the F means, and that is me attempting, whoa, my eyes just hurt themselves there. It's on broil, which just means that the top element is on and nothing else is, so. Oh, so sniffly. I apologize. Very unprofessional. Not that I'm professional, but it's never fun to hear sniffling in a commentary. So you just put it under there. That is one rack under the top one. So that isn't the very, very top rack, but it's the one below that. So it's got a bit of distance between the element, which isn't a massive deal, but I like to give it some extra time. So this is actually another clip. This is about 5 minutes later. So you can see how everything's pretty much, just all cooked and stuff. And pepperoni is starting to got a little black on the edges, which is not like black burnt, but just black, very cooked. And the cheese has a slight brownish tinge. That is what you're looking for. When you're looking for cooked cheese, it has to look kind of brownish like that. Now, for all the people whining about vegetarian versions of stuff, this would be the vegetarian version without the pepperoni. That is just pure cheese, and that made it a lot easier to cook the cheese in a way to see that. For it getting all brown and stuff, you can pause this if you want the step-by-step, but yeah, that's about everything. Hope you guys enjoyed. Cheers. Have a great day.